Have you ever loaded a trading robot and you thought, what the hell do all these settings mean? Well, you're not alone. Those settings might be confusing most of the time, but here is the truth. Most traders mess this up and they blow out their accounts. In this video, I will break down the functions of each of the inputs of my Forex robot or my EA that makes it very powerful, and how you can set it up on your account and make it run like a beast on autopilot. Yeah, welcome to my channel. Here we help traders make money from the market. So please click on the button below and subscribe to our channel. This encourages me to keep doing what I do. Without wasting much time, let's go over to the settings. Now, these are the settings of this expert advisor. Now, when you are uploading it to your chart, you will see these settings. Now, the first one here is the type of pair, the currency pair you want to run it on. So if you're looking to run this robot on the Forex pairs like the Euro USD, USD GPY, and the GBP USD, then you can select the Forex inputs. If you're looking to run these robots on the BTC USD currency pair, then you can select Bitcoin over here. Now, if you're looking to run this robot on the gold currency pair, then you can select gold over here. Also, if you're looking to run this robot on other US indices, you can click here. So whichever currency pair you want to run this robot on, now you can select the type of currency pair over here. Coming down, this is the time frame, so it is self-explanatory. So when you want to run this robot on a different time frame, you can come over to this place and change the settings. So I'm going to leave it at 1 minute time frame over here. Over here we have the magic number. Now this magic number should be different for each currency pair you are running. This is very important. So most traders make the mistake of using the same type of magic number for every currency pair, and this can affect the way the robot trades. Here we have the allowed trading range, percents away from the moving average. This robot uses a moving average of 200. Whenever the price strays away from the moving average, very far from the moving average, it will not take the trade because of the strategy the bot uses. Over here we have the hide indicator. So when you want to run a back test on this robot on your own, then you can decide either to show the indicators or to hide the indicators. Over here we have the trading hours. So you can control the hours when the robot should be active. So by default, the London section starts 7 a.m. and by default the USA section starts 1 p.m. The next one, we have the order settings. Now these order settings, we have the expiration bars. This means that whenever an order is placed, how many bars will it take for that order to expire? Over here we have 100. Coming down this to support and resistance. Now we have the bar swing number, left and right. So you can use these settings to tell the robot how to identify a recent swing high or a recent swing low. So it means that for it to identify a recent swing high or a recent swing low, there have to be 25 bars in the left and 25 bars in the right. These particular settings now usually change often, but there is presets of this robot that you can just upload instead of testing, but you can back test on your own if you wish. Coming down to the money management settings, we have the risk percent per trade. So what this means that you can just input the number of percentage you want to risk for each trade. You don't have an option to select the lot size you want to use directly. So this actually is a good idea in the sense that it helps you to control your risk management and avoid blowing out your account. Most people make the mistakes of using bigger lot size when you are not supposed to, and in this way they blow out their accounts in the process. You can just use 2% for each trade or 3% at most. Coming down to the position management settings, this particular area is for the Forex pairs. When we say this inputs and we select Forex pairs over here, this is the settings that will be in effect. The position management settings for Forex pairs. This is the stop loss, 200 points. This is the take profit, 300 points. If you want to trail the stop loss, this is the trailing stop loss starts. So the stop loss will start at 15 points. When the price moves in your favor, 15 points, then it is going to start trailing the profits at 10 points over here. If you come over here and you select the Bitcoin system profile, when you come down, this is the settings that will be in effect. In this case of the Bitcoin profile and the gold profile and the US indices, the settings are really different from the forex pairs. So we don't change the stop loss and the TP based on points, rather we use the percentage of the price. So over here we are using about 4% of the price, 0.4 here, which means 4% actually. So for the Bitcoin, 4% of it for TP, 4% for stop loss. So it will trail at 5%, and the trailing stop loss will start or trigger at 7%. When the price moves 7% of the take profit, the trailing stop loss is going to start. It will trail the stop loss at 5% of the take profits. So over here you have 0.4. The 0.4 means 4%. 0.4 over here 4%, but in this case you can input directly 5 and 7, or a whole number which signifies 5% and 7%. That's the difference. But if you have selected the gold profile over here, this is the setting that will be in effect. So whatever you do in other profile settings like the Bitcoin profile or the forex profile settings will not work. The same thing with the indices profile inputs. So over here, first you have to select the US indices. So you must have selected the US indices here for you to use the settings over here. Over here we have the news filter. When you set it to true, then it's going to filter the news. So when there are high impact news events, the robot will not trade. So it is going to be deactivated 15 minutes before that news and 15 minutes after the news. So these are the keywords of the news I'm filtering now. We have the number of days to look up for news. So it will look up 100 days ahead, and it will check the next news that is coming, and it will prepare not to trade for that news. So coming down here, this section is the chart display. So if you want to remove the grid lines whenever you have placed the robot on your chart, so you can just set it to true over here. And these are the color of the bullish candle, color of the bullish candle, and color of the bearish candle, and the color of the background and all that. So this is self-explanatory, and this is just for customizing the way that your chart looks. So these are all for the settings of this particular robot, the OTT Prime Scalper robots. So different robots have different settings. You just have to know what to change and why you want to change it, and this will generate a lot of money for you. So you don't have to mess up with the settings except you know what you are doing. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me with the link in the description of this video. So now you know exactly how to set up this robot like a pro. It is time for you to start making money with it. So you can get this robot by clicking the link in the description of this video, and you will receive it with a default setting and a full setup guide. So click the link in the description of this video. It will direct you to my Telegram channel, and from the Telegram channel you will receive instructions on how you can download this robot.